Let's see.
The Great American Bash, NXT, it finally happened, man. We got Javon Evans. Who did he fight?
Jasper Troy.
And that was to kick it off to kick it off the Great American Bash, man. They had two completely different styles. You know, Javon Evans kind of like a high flyer, move quick. And Jasper Troy, he like a powerhouse, big dude, slam you down and everything. They had two different styles. Booker T, he was rooting for Jasper Troy. You know, I think he trained him on the LFG. And you know, Jasper Troy won the whole thing of the season 1. It was a good match though, man. But who did you have winning again?
Jasper Troy.
Yeah, I thought Jasper Troy might have won, but Javon Evans, man, he's just been on a tear. He really is one of the best ones out there, the young OG. Do you remember how that match ended?
Yeah, Javon had caught him with a dirty pin, I think.
Yeah, out of nowhere. That win kind of happened out of nowhere, man. But it was a good match to kick it off. Both of them, it was a good hard-hitting match. Both of them was going at it. Like I said, two different styles. That's gonna kind of come up again later on. But yeah, the two different styles, high flyer versus a powerhouse. That's basically what it was. But after that match was over, they had a Jada Parker promo. And she was basically telling how she finna go crazy, how she finna win this battle royal they got at Evolution tomorrow, you know, the next day, because the Evolution it's gonna end all of this. And she said she's gonna win, she going in. She was basically talking about how it's Miss Parker time, man. And then after that, they had a Stacks promo. And you know, Stacks is the head of this Cups. When he goes into, he basically got this list where he got all kind of people on the list, from Coco Beware to there's so many people named, but all I know, number 1 on the list is Fat Lexus King. It's really he got a wild list. I don't know where Stacks came up with this list, but I ain't never seen a list like this in the history of wrestling. A-Train Prince Albert, he even showed up to the PC wanting to fight Prince Albert, but that's where he made his big mistake, because he left his trophy at the front desk. Everybody know you don't leave your stuff at the front desk. He came back, it was gone. But we'll talk more about that later, man. But after that, man, we get the second match of the night, man. We had Izzy Dame versus who?
Sol Ruka.
Versus Sol Ruka. You already know Izzy Dame had the Cullen with her. Who's the leader of the Cullen?
Sean Spears.
And who's the other dude?
Nico Vance.
Yeah, they walked her out, and then they didn't stay, but Tatum Paxley did. And man, tell us about how this arena was set up at the Great American Bash. Tell us about it.
This arena was smaller than a regular night at NXT. The stage was small, the ramp was small, and attached to the ring, it was just not good.
Yeah, man, he personally really didn't like the setup. I'm cool with the setup. I like how it was I'm surprised that the venue was like so small on the inside and stuff, and they had this was the shortest ramp, small stage, but they still, you know, everybody put on the show and did their thing, man. But as far as the match, Izzy Dame versus Sol Ruka for the North American title. You already know Sol Ruka has Zarya with her. And this match right here was pretty much similar to the Javon Evans versus Jasper Troy match. Kind of like a high flyer being Sol Ruka and a powerhouse kind of like Izzy Dame. Izzy Dame is almost pretty much the same height as Lash, like 6 feet tall. She's big. She kind of, all her moves is like powerhouse style too. And Sol Ruka being the high flyer. Two different styles, you already know. And out the gate, as they started fighting, they kind of got like a little scuffle. And Tatum Paxley and Zarya ended up by each other on outside the ring. And Tatum Paxley slapped Zarya, damn near slapped her face off. She slapped her so hard, man. But yeah, Sol Ruka, she caught some she had some nasty moves. You already know. Sol Ruka got some raw moves. She hit her with this moonsault out of nowhere to the outside. You know, they had a lot of nice spots. Izzy Dame, she was catching up with some big moves and stuff. Right at the beginning, she caught up with a finisher, and they was going back and forth. But Sol Ruka, you could tell, you know, she the champion. She got that experience. But throughout the whole match, Tatum Paxley was interfering with the match the whole time. but she had to pay. She paid the price because she got caught by one of the nastiest spears I ever seen a woman give. Zarya caught Tatum Paxley with a nasty spear out of nowhere, full charge, shoulder and head, right into her stomach, pelvic region, and she just caught her later out. So Ruka, if you don't know about that Soul Snatcher, she can catch it. It can come out of nowhere. She caught it off the ropes, caught Izzy Dame, laid her out, and retained her title, man. Who did you have winning that match? What did you think about the outcome of that?
I wanted Izzy Dame to win. I did not expect Soul to retain twice.
Yeah, if y'all don't know, I think so. Yeah, that's the second time Soul Ruka has defended her. Only the second time. The first time she beat Kalani. But yeah, that was a pretty good match. The next match though of the night, we had Ricky Saints versus who?
Ethan Page.
And what was at stake here?
The NXT North American Championship.
And what type of match was this?
Falls count anywhere.
I'm just gonna get right into it, man. This is one of the best matches I've seen in a long time, man. They did stuff that they ain't did like since the Attitude Era. I feel like, man, they went backstage 2-3 times, trash cans, fire extinguishers, chairs, fighting in the crowd, man, all kind of stuff. They was going at it, man. Some of the spots they was doing, like All Ego, Ethan Page, he slammed Ricky Saints like on the chairs while they were still standing up. He also slammed them on the it was a big, I think it was part of the barricade, the steel thing. They leaned it up against the turnbuckle, and yeah, he slammed them on the steel barricade. It was one of the best Falls Count Anywhere matches I ever seen. And it's how often these days and this time, 2025 or anywhere around this time, do you see a match, a hardcore match, Falls Counts Anywhere match, whatever you want to call it, and they go backstage, weapons are evolved. The only thing was missing here was the blood. Other than that, man, I don't know, man. What did you think of this match?
It was a very great match. One of the best matches of the night.
Who did you have winning?
Ricky Saints.
Yeah, Ricky Saints lost. They had one of the spots at the end of the night. Ethan Page, I think, had him in the what is Ethan Page special called?
The Ego's Edge.
The Ego's Edge. He caught him, threw him off the stage, through the tables. Ricky Saints was done, and Ethan Page retained again, man. And what I'm starting to see is it looks like Ethan Page, he can beat Ricky Saints on any given day, any given night. Ricky Saints cannot beat Ethan Page, and every time he goes against Ethan Page, he ends up losing, especially when it's in a big match. But oh yeah, man, one thing we didn't talk about, who did they end up bumping into backstage, man?
Jasper Troy.
And what happened with that?
Jasper Troy beat up Ricky Saints.
Yeah, he did. He beat him up, caught him with a couple of shots, and that, to me, that's part of the reason why Ricky Saints lost, man. He was injured from them Jasper Troy shots backstage. You know, Jasper Troy was pissed off anyway back there. But yeah, man, Ethan Page retained. He won. He made it look easy yet again. But after that, they got a Lola Vice promo, man. Lola Vice talking. Is she one of the ladies in the Battle Royal?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Lola Vice is one of the. How many ladies from NXT is in the Battle Royal?
6.
Lola Vice is one of the 6. She had a promo talking about she finna turn into Vice City and this Lola Vice this, Lola Vice that. You know, I don't know how you feel about that, man. Do you think Lola Vice is gonna win the Battle Royal?
Nah, I don't think she's gonna win.
What about Jada Parker? Do you think Jada Parker gonna win that Battle Royal?
I want her to win.
Okay, you know. But yeah, Lola Vice, she had her promo, and then after that they go on to Luca Crucifini. What's his name, man?
Luca Crucifino.
Luca. Outside, he was at a beach or something, or on a boat, looking like he on vacation, talking about, you know, if you don't know, next Tuesday they finna have the final family match. The final family match, triple threat. Who the triple threat, man, consists of with this final match between the family?
Stacks, Luca, and Tony D'Angelo.
Yeah, final match between y'all. I don't know if Rizzo gonna be there for this one. I'm thinking she is. It's the final one. But yeah, after that, we go into Ava, man. Ava was looking great tonight. You know, Ava always be looking good. She do her thing. She one of the best GMs I ever seen. She makes some of the best matches out there. But Ava was out in the ring. She was there for a big thing. And we had a contract signing. Man, who did the contract signing consist of, man?
Mike Santana, Joe Hendry, and Trick Williams.
Yeah, they about to have a triple threat. For what? What's the stake, man?
The TNA World Title.
TNA World Title. The contract signing was pretty cool. I think Mike Santana came out through the crowd and stuff. You know, he had his music playing. They all sat at the table. Then after Mike Santana, Joe Hendry came out. He had the crowd rocking. Then Trick came out, and they was all chilling. Mike was talking a lot of that. Bodiqua, Brooklyn talk. You know, he had the chains on. He was doing his thing. Joe Hendry was talking. Trick, he kind of butted in at the end, kind of shut them both down. They ended up fighting, and then Trick kind of ended up, what I'm thinking going to happen in the match, man, at the end of the day, these are two TNA superstars. They don't want Trick with the belt. So they're going to do anything they can for at least for him not to win. Joe rather Mike Santana win the TNA title. Mike Santana rather Joe Hendry win the title. Either way, they do not want Trick to win. And just like that brawl they had, both of them kind of was whooping on Trick, man. Who do you got winning that triple threat they have? Gonna have it? What was it? Slammer? What's the TNA pay-per-view?
Slammiversary.
Slammiversary. Who you got winning that triple threat for the TNA championship?
I got Trick.
You got Trick. Yeah, I think I want Trick to win, but honestly, I think Joe Hendry gonna win. That's all I gotta say. But anyway, back to the contract signing. After they was beating on Trick, man, what happened, man? Who came out after Trick got beat down by Mike and Joe?
Dark State.
Dark State. And if you didn't know, man, Dark State, they was like glitching through the whole night with they little pictures and videos of them and stuff like that, like the Y6 before they came and stuff. But yeah, they came and attacked Joe, and Mike did them dirty, and I like that too, because it's kind of like they represented for NXT, man. You can't just have two TNA people beat up on a champion, an NXT guy. Dark State representing. I'm a huge fan of Dark State, you know, and yeah, we're going to talk more about that later because they got something set up with Dark State next week. But after that, Kalani had a promo. Kalani is one of the 6 women chose from the NXT, man. What do you think Kalani chances of winning the Battle Royal? You think Kalani going to win?
It's possible.
Okay, you know, definitely is possible. Kalani, she had her promo talking about how she gonna win, how she ready to step it up and compete and get more titles and you know get her name out there more. You know how Kalani do. Kalani has been a champion before. Kalani has won a lot of big matches, so she know how I feel the whole goal. She the first North American Women's Champion. And but after that though, they got Tony D'Angelo promo. They got a Tony D'Angelo promo, and he pretty much talking about he gonna win this triple threat match coming up. But yeah, but at this Tony D'Angelo promo, we find out that he the one who stole the Heritage Cup early in the night when Stacks went to go mess with Prince Albert. He stole the cup and he threw it in the river, just like back in the day when they used to throw the titles in the water. But this is it, man. He threw a trophy in the water. That's it, man. I don't believe the Heritage Cup is coming back. They burying it right there. They are not bringing it back. I already figured, if y'all really look, they don't really do a lot with the Heritage Cup no more like they used to. That's it. It's done. It's done. It's basically done. But we found out that Tony D'Angelo is the one who had the Heritage Cup the whole time. But after that, though, we got the finale, no, not the finale, we thought was going to be the finale, but they actually made this the co-main event. Yoshiki versus who, man?
Obafemi
for the NXT Championship. Right out the gate, man, you already know Yoshiki had his little power with him, Josh Briggs. You know, they was getting hyped backstage before this match, man. They was getting hyped all through the match. You seen Josh Briggs, he was way into the match. He was looking at every single thing Oba was doing. He wanted to make sure that Yoshiki won, man. But they was going back and forth, man. I don't know if you would call Yoshiki a powerhouse, but he is a big dude. This dude is a big dude. He's like a fat Chinese guy. How often do you see a fat Chinese guy? Let's talk about it. Who's the dude? Nakamura. He's not fat. Tajiri wasn't fat. Yokozuna, man, this is a big dude right here. And Obafemi, he can't just toss him around like he do a lot of people, but he was still tossing around like he do a lot of people at the same time. But they was going back and forth, and Josh Briggs kept interfering in the match to the point where Yoshiki had to check him a couple of times, and he told him before even the match started, he want to win clean, he want to win the right way. Josh Briggs wasn't trying to hear that. He's trying to win by any means necessary, but it backfired. It didn't work. Oba still got the best of Yoshiki and got the easy win at the end of the day, man. Who did you have winning that match?
Oba.
Same here, man. I had Oba winning that match. I thought that he could have possibly lost through the interference of Josh Briggs. What's his name? Josh Briggs. Yeah, but it didn't happen. But after Oba beat Yoshiki, they go into a Lash Legend promo. You know, she's one of the ladies from the NXT that's gonna be in the Battle Royal. And let me tell you, man, this is one of the best promos I've ever seen, especially coming from Lash Legend. I got her winning this Battle Royal in her hometown. Ariel Howard, Lash Legend. I got her winning this, man. What you think about Lash Legend winning the Battle Royal, man? What you think her chances is?
Anything's possible, even though I do not want her winning that.
Well, we'll see, man. You never know. But after the Lash Legend promo, they got backstage, Oba in the back. Him and Hakuchi, Hawachi, they talking backstage, and he pretty much giving them a respect. And Obafemi looked, what's his name? Yoshiki right in his eyes, and he told Yoshiki, man, I respect you and all of that, and if you want, I'll give you another title shot. And what happened? Yoshiki's boyfriend comes out of nowhere, no, and he broke up the whole thing. He was just so jealous. I'm sick of Josh Briggs, man. Josh Briggs, I don't know, man. What y'all think about Josh Briggs, man? I don't know, man. Josh Briggs, I'm just sick of this dude, man. But after that, they had the finale, the main event. I thought the NXT champion get the main event, but no, they had the tag team main event. What was the main event, man? Do you remember?
Fatal Influence, consisting of JC Jane and Fallon Henley versus Jordan Grace and the glamorous Blake Monroe.
Oh my God, the glamorous Blake Monroe. She made her debut on the Great American Bash. Her and Jordan Grace versus the Fatal Influence. You already know, man, anybody who's fighting the Fatal Influence, they gonna have to deal with all three of them, and that's pretty much what happened in this match. But the teamwork from Jordan Grace and Blake Monroe, it was just too much at the end of the day. They say JC Jane is the most beatable champion. I'm not feeling like that, but at the same time, ain't no way she beating Jordan Grace. Ain't no way that she can beat Blake Monroe. Fallon Henley, she did the best she can, but same thing with Jasmine Nix. She came out helping them. It still was not enough. That teamwork, that team between Jordan Grace and Blake Monroe is just too much for Fatal Influence to beat. It's just too much. But that was the finale, man. That was the main event of the night. They ended it off like that. What do you think was the best night of the match, man? The best night of the pay-per-view tonight, man?
It was probably going to have to be, for me, Ricky Sage versus Ethan Page.
I 100% agree with you, man. That was definitely best match of the night. As a whole, I really enjoyed the Great American Bash. They had a lot of good matches on that. It was only, 5 matches on there? They was all pretty good. That Ricky Saints, Ethan Page match win, that did it, though. That was a fire matchup. It was some good matches on the card and stuff. We thought it was going to be in a bigger venue or arena. It was small, but it was still fire. The crowd was into it, and it went down, man. Do you have a message of the day?
Message of the day. Stand tall like Tala Tonga and do not be like Rey Mysterio.